But, yeah, we do have a new co-host of The Odd Couple starting on Monday, September 16th, and his name is Kelvin Washington.
Yes,
Kelvin
yes.
Washington.
Thank you, brother.
Yes.
Thank you.
And yes, friend of both of ours. We know him well. And Kelvin, let me just say this. I think Kelvin is a great choice. And I've talked to you, Rob, about it. I've talked to Kelvin.
Yep.
I had nothing to do with the decision, but I just think it's a great choice. I've known Kelvin's work for a long time, and you're a professional brother. You're a cool brother. I think you check all the boxes, man. So I'm happy for you, and you happy for you, Rob. And obviously I had something in building The Odd Couple, and I think it's in great hands, and you guys are just going to, take it and run with it. So I look forward to listening.
Well, shoot, first off, I just want to say thank you to both of you. And Chris, you called me yesterday. You didn't have to. You really expressed to me what this show meant to you, your time here, your relationship with Rob. You said some complimentary things about me, and it was awesome, too, for myself and my family. We got a chance to listen to, if you want to call it the send-off yesterday, we tuned in, and it was awesome. Seriously, my wife was braiding hair. One of my daughters there listening, and she's like, as they kept saying, Chris, man, I don't know where I would be without you, man. I just thank you, brother. And, next call, Rob, let's take another caller. What you got to say to Chris? And then, oh, man, I love Jesus just like you, brother. It was so great to hear it on the air. So it was awesome to hear, and I mean this sincerely, to hear the people show you love and pay. And we talk about it. Rob set it up yesterday. Giving out flowers when people do it, need it, not now, 20 years from now,
right.
Not when somebody's sickly. No, you guys really put on an amazing show for years. You brothers that also have meant so much to people, even aside from this, even prior to you guys joining together the show. You've been doing so much together. I was telling some of the crew out here outside the doors, for me, I remember watching you, Chris, do your thing, reading your articles. Rob, I remember seeing you back in Detroit and like, oh, man, that's Rob Parker. And so to get to know both of you as friends, as colleagues, and now have this opportunity to sit next to Rob, you both are icons, you both are legends in this game. So for me, I'm very appreciative of this opportunity. I look forward to it, man. And like you said, Rob, it's not a replacement. You cannot replace Chris Broussard.
No. It's your own man. This will be a different version of something that we started, Chris, and took to a different level. And now this will be a different challenge for you to take it to a different level as well. And I know you'll embrace that, and we'll have fun along the way. The mission doesn't change. The mission is to be fun and informative. That's what we set out on The Odd Couple, Chris. And I think, Kelvin, you get it too. You've done radio, and you should tell people some of the things. I mean, he worked with Marcellus Wiley on had a radio show mornings and afternoons in L.A. I mean,
and Marcellus is way bigger than Rob.
Big time. Yeah.
Well,
you're right. He weighs 400 pounds.
He's figuratively and literally bigger than Rob. I can't have you do my guy like that. He ain't 400. He been in his workout bag. No. So for those who don't know, so I was doing radio here for 3 or 4 years with ESPN. I was doing mornings with my guy Travis Rogers, which then turned to afternoons with Marcellus, and we obviously covered everything. Had a ball doing it. It was a great time. And then I decided to jump into this TV space. Both of you know about that. Hollered at TV for a little bit. Still doing it. I'll be doing mornings. So that's going to be Chris. I need all the suggestions and advice because, listen, it's going to be early mornings doing TV. I cover the Dodgers with the Sportsnet LA out here in LA. And so been in my sports world for years, do stuff with the LA Times, the LA Times Today show. So that, all of that stuff has been great and leading me to this. But, Chris, listen, doing TV early, got a bunch of kids. Then to top off my night, I got to spend it with Rob Parker. I'm a needs brother. You got to send me off. Throw up a few Hail Marys for your boy.
Yeah, hey, man. I one word, naps.
Yeah.
Yes.
Naps.
But the only thing that's going to be good, though, Chris, compared to what you were doing, is that he lives in Los Angeles, so it's 4 to 7.
So you're right.
Not
that's
like
a big
Chris.
difference.
Chris was
7 to 10.
The problem with Chris was 7 to 10 and doing the mornings, and that's where you don't have that much time. So that's the one thing that
There's a benefit, but also, again, I got to look at you. I got to be 2 or 3 feet away from you. Look at him. He's getting his Zoom on.
I could just turn it off when I
sitting
had
around in
enough
hoops.
Rob.
Yeah, sitting around in hoop shorts. You know what I mean?
Hey, all people ever say is that Rob is in his phone. It's either that or look at Chris's face. So I'm in my phone.
No, but honestly, like I said, man, I appreciate you guys. Rob and I have gone back for years now. We've done a bunch of radio too.
We did a couple shows, yeah, absolutely.
And so I'm looking forward to this, man. And like I said, it's the house that you guys built. And I'm just trying to find my room to live in, and build our own little section. So I wish you all the best, Brother Broussard. Spend some time with that lovely wife. I'm gonna be double tapping on the gram because you're gonna be posting some travels and all that stuff. You guys have wonderful date nights, and keep building up the ministry as well, man. So again, you got a lot of love from me, from the whole Washington family.
So Chris, is this going to help the marriage or hurt it? I'm just curious. I'm just asking.
The hope is
That's a good point.
I'm that serious.
It's a great question,
Chris. I'm just being honest. Sometimes people are like, "Oh, we're gonna spend more time together," and then you'll be like, "Oh." God.
Hey, that's a great.
I might have to get an assistant coaching job, like a lot of the former or your ex-players do. I'm gonna say this, Kelvin, and I'll give you some advice because you guys will be on the road. You'll be at the Super Bowl, which is a lot of fun. Maybe in ABJ. Rob and I, we went to a lot of different things together. Right. We always hung out together on the road. A lot of people, may have seen us out together. The fight, the Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence fight. Hanging out, and so you will hang out with Rob.
Here we go.
And then you'll go back to the hotel. You'll be staying at the same hotel. And don't take it personal when you find out that when you went to the hotel and Rob, got in the elevator with you and got off at a floor or waved to you as you were getting off your floor. All right, I'll see you in the morning. Don't take it personal when you find out that after you got off the elevator and went to your room, Rob will wait about 10 minutes and then he goes back downstairs, catches an Uber or something. He's hanging out late night till 3, 4 in the morning.
Listen,
don't take it personal that he didn't invite you or he didn't even tell you.
No, you know what? I think that's just, brother, we're going to use the term wisdom. And I think that's a bit just maybe some wisdom and we're trying to stay sane, trying to stay married out here in these streets.
Right.
And so, hey, I already know. I've gotten actually those texts before. Hey, what are y'all doing next? No, Rob, we called it in the night, Rob.
No.
We're throwing in the towel, Rob.
I know Rob G got my receipts from somewhere. He was like, I don't understand. Where'd you get all these receipts from?
All these Ubers.
Right, exactly.
$400.
That's a lot of lifting. That's a whole lot of lifting.
Right.
It is.
Yeah, I take that. I will take that advice to heart. I will find my limit, brother. I will. All right, Rob, we did this and we did this. All right, go ahead, have a good night, Rob. Go ahead and have a good night.
And here's the other thing, too. I think as you get to know, the people who listen to this show, is that Chris and I really, when we put this together, we wanted to make sure that we connected with the listeners. Mm-hmm. And a lot of guys, and I'm not knocking people, everybody can do their shows their own way, but a lot of guys, they don't want to hear from the listeners. I don't think you could build an audience that way. I really don't. I don't think that people enjoy radio as a part of that.
Well, I mean, if you guys know, I've been doing radio. I used to do music radio is how I started years and years ago, almost 20 years ago.
You do kind of have that DJ voice. Yeah, I hear it in there.
Yeah, well, just a little bit. But you know what's funny? They taught, and I still teach this. And you guys, one of the things I also respect so much about you guys is you give back to the younger, up and coming, journalists, broadcasters, the whole nine. And so, one of the things I teach them is what I was taught was that this is a personal medium, right? You're not talking to the theys and the yous and all of that. I'm talking to you. You listening are a part of this family, right? And one of the things they used to tell you was, imagine like your girlfriend or your best friend, and you put a picture of them and you're talking to them, meaning they're a part of the show, and it just is it's a personal open door, like come on into the family kind of a thing. And that's at the end of the day, that's what sports is supposed to be, right? We're all in the clubhouse, we're all in the locker room hanging out, talking smack, we're all in the barbershop. We just happen to have the microphones. But it's very much welcome. I love it, man. I love the roast session. You know what I mean? You can't be in this business. Y'all know this. You can't be in this business if you don't have thick skin, right? Because you're gonna say some outrageous takes. I'm not gonna point any elbows, point at Rob. Oh, my bad, Rob. Hey, Broussard, you have some wild takes too. Don't get it twisted.
Outrageous take.
I was the sane one, and I think you'll be the sane one.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, you say that now. You know, it might be some crazy takes, but getting blazed and roasted about your takes or some crazy story that we had. Honestly, this is what makes it fun, right?
Right.
There's so much going on in the world that we get to come in here for a few hours a day, get paid to talk about something we would talk about anyway, which is sports, and really in our own personal lives, and have fun about it and have fun with it. I mean, come on, man. As my brother Broussard would say, God is good. We get an opportunity to do that.
Amen.
And the other thing too that is important too. And Chris and I mean, if we were to put together some of our screaming matches, I mean, everybody knows Elijah. Am I right? Like, there's some moments there where we've like screaming, but we never we know a lot of shows where guys, don't talk to each other or don't hang out. Well, the thing that I always remember, Chris, when we were in Vegas for one of the fights, you don't know how many fans came up to us and like, oh, this is awesome that y'all actually hang out together.
No, that's true.
That they noticed that because they know that guys work together and on the set or whatever for 3-4 hours. And then when it's like time to go, they're like, they don't talk to each other. They don't go to dinner together. We always go out to eat or whatever it is.
Well, listen, if we're gonna have to expand your palate though. We go to eat.
Wings?
Yeah, we got to expand your palate, bro. Because, it's not even for those of you who are watching right now on the Zoom and listening, let me tell you, it's not like a joke, hey, let's do our little shtick about. He came in today about 45 minutes ago. But here's the thing, too. Here's the thing where I'm disappointed in the wings, Rob. Shout out to wings. We all love wings. Matter of fact, VJ owes me some wings. That's another story. We made a bet about.
Good luck.
Yeah, I know, right?
Good luck getting them wings.
No, I'm gonna get. Well, I'll get him at some point.
Was the bet that he was going to get the job?
No.
Okay. I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna let you do that. It was about. I said the Kansas City Chiefs would make it to the AFC Championship last year. So shout out to VJ. I want my wings, but I don't. This was my point about the wings. I don't want Rob Parker wings. Where were those wings from?
From Kroger or something.
Come on, man.
That's Kroger. What's the supermarket?
You're making
Ralph?
Too much money.
What?
You're making too much money for Ralph.
Rob will eat wings from anywhere. It might be from Polo Loco across the street. Although those wings were good.
But that's at least good. Yeah, this was like.
And they were marked down. They were marked down wings today. I just put barbecue sauce
so
on
I'm one thing.
Kelvin,
I'm gonna up your game.
More advice though. When you order, if you're gonna pay for Rob's food, just order out.
Okay.
Pay for his food when you guys are ordering out. Maybe the food comes to the studio. When you go out to eat with Rob, don't pay.
Okay.
Because if you are paying, he will not only eat his meal, and you know his motto.
Yep.
When someone else pays, he eats filet.
That's right.
So that's number one. Number two, though, he will order something to go.
Nah.
He will order something to go.
What do you mean? Why? I'm gonna tell you what's the difference. First of all, I got a bunch of mouths to feed. Okay. Now I've been blessed and I'm doing all right.
If you taking me out to lunch,
first of all, you said it like you were a baddie, like you were some baddie I met on Instagram. You taking me out, Rob? You're not getting flew out. Okay, you settle down. Nobody's flying you out. We're going to get some wings, maybe a burger. Okay. Matter of fact, that's what I'm gonna do in advance. So I'm gonna know where we're going in advance. I'm saying, hey, I'm coming in with Rob Parker. This is what I need you to do. All right, this is what he likes. All right, I have that already ready. That's it. We're gonna set it all up like that. Cause and you know what? You got one filet in me, right? We're about to start this journey together.
All right, so good. We got one.
No, singular. Okay. Make sure you have one filet. We start a new show. You got a steak on your boy.
I want to say this real quick. So when I started in Detroit, Lorna Gladstone was the PD at the station, WDFM.
Mm-hmm.
And so the first time she took out me and Mike Stone, who was my partner back then, we went to a restaurant, and she didn't say any restrictions, so of course I ordered lobster. So, it's a startup station. I order lobster or whatever. So the next time we go out, she goes, okay, Rob, we're going out again, you and Stoney, but I want you to know this is a non-lobster dinner.